Welcome back to another episode of Reality Court. My name is Ace Fanning, host of the Sister Wives podcast, Love Should Be Multiplied, Not Divided. And I actually have zero any sort of references for being here in a court of law. Now, I am joined by the beautiful former Real Housewife of Miami, Anna Quincoces. And she does have all of the skill sets to be in a courtroom, but she has zero of the skill sets to be on a podcast every single time. Every single time there's a technical difficulty. She really is just like struggling. And it's a family affair today because today we are joined by Anna's daughter, Beba. I just love to say Beba.
You actually said it right.
From the podcast Sound Advice, drops every other Friday. And, I thought since you're here, we should take a little bit of a different approach. And while we give our verdicts, you should be giving advice to all these idiots.
Oh, I love that. That's my favorite thing to do.
Well, it's like, doesn't everyone just want unsolicited advice anyways?
I mean, it's not unsolicited. It's sound, but sure.
Well, I don't think any of these people today that we're going to talk about are asking for it.
It's like for it, right?
Right. But, And I'm curious, with your podcast and with your mom and everything, like, what advice do you have for your mom? Just in general, what is she?
We don't have long enough. But if we have to do the bare minimum, therapy.
Okay. Therapy is just like to start. Good. What about, did you by chance hear the episode where your mom talked about how much she loved butt play, ass play?
Oh my God. No, but she's discussed this many a times with me as well. So
okay. So
this is not new information.
Okay. Because she asked me. When she was like 12 years old.
What?
No, not 12. See,
what was this, Lisa Rinna's blowjob situation?
Essentially, yes.
What did you ask your mom?
I don't know this. I don't remember the specifics of it. All I remember is that she told me that if you are going to do butt stuff, that you should not have red meat the day before.
I never said that. Never said that.
And by the way, that is pretty good advice.
Never said that.
By the way, this for some reason comes up all the time. Like, people are obsessed with this story. It's like, we need to move.
Because it's the reason I got on Real Housewives.
Yeah.
Beba got me on Real Housewives.
Oh, because she told
the
this?
Worst thing I ever did. It's my biggest regret of life.
Yeah. Like, she comes in after speaking alone to the producers, and I look at her and I go, "What did you say?" And she goes, "Don't worry, I Bravo-sized it. You're going to get it."
Oh.
And I did.
I was unhinged as a young girl.
How old were you when she was cast?
I was 20.
Okay.
Which was like, it just was a dark time.
It was a dark time for you personally, right?
Yeah, it was a dark time.
Part of that was your mother.
No. We've had a relationship.
Well, you know what? The fact that you guys can come here and podcast together and pretend to not want to kill each other at times, I think that's growth.
Can I tell you something? Our best conversations happen in front of people.
Yeah.
There's something about performative talking that really works for us.
Yeah.
It really does. Maybe we'll solve some issues here.
Well,
my goal is that she not cancel Christmas on me.
Oh.
I'm not. What do you mean?
Because she's coming here.
Okay.
How can you cancel Christmas?
Well, you could say you're not coming.
Oh,
right.
No.
If you say you're not coming, there's no Christmas for me.
Flights are booked.
Because of Lola.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, your mom did right off the get-go, like, I joined the chat and she was instantly like, she cut her hair into a bob. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, she went right into the bob situation. So I need to know, what's going on.
You want to hear something crazy? When I cut my hair, I went in an Uber to the salon, and then I had my husband pick me up, and he looked at me and he's like, "Oh, it looks so good." And he goes, "Your mom is going to kill you." And then my in-laws, I went to go see him like the next day, and they're like, "Wow, your hair looks amazing. It's like, it really frames your face, whatever." And they go, "Have you showed your mom yet?" I was like, why does everyone know that my mom hates when I cut my hair?
Anna, what is the deal? She looks gorgeous.
Okay. Wait till Louie gets a little bit older and she gets a hold of scissors and says, "I can't stop." like she likes to cut hair.
But
And
I
she's
saw
always
Mulan and I like took scissors to my hair.
Let's
Like,
right.
get
And then
down to
now she's
business.
doing it to her. Now she's doing it to her daughter. She cut these awful bangs on her. Thank God they're growing out. At
You know
this
what?
point,
It's nice to have a grandma who will just shoot it to you straight, though.
Is
yeah.
Is it?
I actually don't know because my grandparents hated me.
My grandparents hated me too. Isn't that funny?
This is why we're here together in the trash can, you know?
That bitch hated me.
All right, let's get into it. We've got a lot of stories to cover. Number one, the biggest, which I want to say it's the biggest shock to hit the Bravo-verse, but also, is it really? Vanderpump Rules has announced that we are completely rebooting the cast. It's a complete revamp, play on Vanderpump. You know, and I, for one, am so fucking excited about this because for me it's like I am ready. Anna, why are you shaking your head no?
Because no.
You're old. You don't get it.
No, I don't get it. First of all, I'm already too old for the other Vanderpump. This Vanderpump, they're like fetuses. I don't need that. I don't want to see the struggle of like people, you know, rubbing 2 cents together to order pizza. I like the cast that like made it and want to see where it goes. You know what I mean?
No.
What the Valley is for.
Yes.
For the struggling servants.
Yes.
Like literally.
I honestly feel like, you know, if we want to take some of the people from Vanderpump and do like a Real Housewives of West Hollywood and it's like young and whatever, we could do that. But like, I want Vanderpump Rules to be broke as fuck, desperate as hell for fame and willing to do anything. And, you know, like, think back. Do you remember when we found out that Kristen and Jax actually slept together? Like, that's a bonding moment for all of America.
No one will ever forget where they were. I want to see dirty carpeted apartments.
Yes.
I want to see really gross apartments. And then the next season, I want to see you level up a little bit. I want to see growth. Yes. I want to see a character arc.
Not too much, though.
No, not too much. But we've already gone as far as we can go with Lala, with Sheena, with whoever the hell else is in there. I don't care anymore. I'm happy that they're recasting.
Did anyone else find it so interesting, though, that Joe, you know, Tom Schwartz's Joe, she did a big statement about the revamp. And I was just like, girl,
what did she say?
Like how much this show meant to her, how special it was. Like, girl, you were on like 3 episodes. No one even remembers you other than being
one really
crazy.
Liked you when you were on it.
The funny thing is that nobody seems to care. Like Lala doesn't care anymore at all.
Yeah.
You know, they all have other things going, but I think that some of them are pretending not to care because some of them need it more than others. And basically, this is one more thing that's Tom Sandoval's fault. You know?
Yeah.
Really, like, you know, that's the thing that when you're going to create this kind of chaos on a show, on an established show, you need to know when you've gone too far.
But here's the thing.
Same thing with New Jersey. Like, it was just right there, and then oh fuck, do you have to go that far? Because now you've got to be rebooted completely.
You bust a nut too quick.
Oh
yeah.
You were edging and then it was just like, I can't hold it anymore.
Yeah, you blew your load too quickly.
I also feel like, you know, it would be nice when all of these past Vanderpump people, you know, go back down and they've lost all their money and like Schwartz and Sandy's is done and like we pick up cameras again in like 10 years and it's like, where are they now?
Yeah, I'm into that.
You know, that would be a good time.
That is good. That's a good, I like
Beba, what advice do you have, though, for these future Vanderpumponians and their career that they're going to be having?
I feel like the only thing people need to know is you need to like not be fake. Don't hide the skeletons. They always come out. It's like what everyone does their first season on Bravo. They think that they can hide who they are. They're like, oh, I'm going to be, I want to be this person. So this is who I'm going to portray. And then a couple episodes in, you're like, hold on, what's going on? And then people start disliking you because you're like being fake. Don't be fake.
Don't be fake. Put it all out there. Sleep with your friends' boyfriends, please.
If you want to, and then like deal with the repercussions. And it's like, did you sleep with my boyfriend? You go, yeah. I did.
And then smack to the face.
Yeah. Like just be all of it all at once. Who cares?
Well, Anna, you know what? Here's the thing. we're young. We know what's happening. We are right. You're wrong.
So,
and
I'm
I
not
think
wrong.
that Bravo is absolutely doing the right thing. I do not find them guilty of messing this up. The only thing that got me back into Vanderpump was Scandival. And then even that just was like, oh, it wasn't that great. You know, it was like a shitty booty call.
Yeah. It could have been three episodes of Scandival.
Yeah.
But everybody, guys, it was on CNN. It was on The View. It was like, it became a national, like, you know, it was on like the election was on. I just think that we're going to be disappointed because we're going to see a bunch of like young kids imitating. There's going to be a Lala, there's going to be a Sheena, there's going to be a Jax. They're going to identify like, who am I, Charlotte or Samantha, you know? And I hate that.
But I think that if we kept an OG, even one OG around, it fucks the whole thing. Because then
we're Lisa. The one person we don't care to see.
They're just going to wheel her in and out. She's a corpse at this point.
I think Lisa is very valuable to the VPR.
What?
I do. I think she is a sounding board for a lot of these youngsters. She is wise. I think she is wise. And she helps kind of like, she's mom. She's a mommy. She's like, what's going on, guys? Sit down. Let's talk through it.
You do need that person. I think they should have kept an older Vanderpumpian.
No, they all need to go. I feel like, honestly, I mean, I've believed for years that Ken is actually dead and they just kind of wheel him in and out, and they give him that line like, I can't believe Tom Zendival had Raquel over in the hot tub. You know, like they give him his one line, he gets his paycheck, whatever. I feel like with Lisa Vanderpump, it's like, I understand your name's in the show and stuff, but like, I would rather her come in like a Gordon Ramsay, come in screaming at them, yelling at everyone in the restaurant. That's what I want. Just
because that's already happening. You need balance in a show for it to work. You need some screaming, and then like, okay, let's all chill for a second. What's going on? I run this restaurant. Okay. You guys need to behave. Yeah. There is like the illusion of Sir, that's like another character in the show.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're going back to basics by recasting, by having people actually working at the restaurant. Whereas before it was like, yeah, we used to work at Sir. Now you're just following our lives.
Like when they kept showing us like a Lala getting in her Range Rover to go do her hostessing job. I'm like,
yeah,
give me a break. Give me
a
fucking break. She recorded for like 2 minutes at that hostess stand, and then she went and spent the rest of the time at the bar fighting with someone. It's awful. Exactly. Okay, so I mean, I feel like, you know, we've come to a good conclusion here. We're right. Anna, you're wrong. You're out of touch. But
I am.
We're used to
it. I understand, but we'll see. Let's just wait and see what happens. Oh yeah, I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen.
You know, from the same vein though of Vanderpump Rules, Kristen Doute is pregnant.
What?
You didn't see this?
No, I don't follow her. I'm not psychotic.
I don't follow her either.
You didn't know?
No, I don't follow.
I knew
lives. Let me tell you, I try to protect my peace.
Okay, try to protect your peace, but she is pregnant. She announced it. A beautiful picture on the beach with her belly and her ultrasound pictures.
Basic.
Beyond. I have to say that this is something to me. I don't know if I'm excited or if I'm scared. You know, it's kind of like BDSM. Like, do I like this or am I terrified of this? I don't know how to feel about it because, you know, she is off her rocker. And I will say there's nothing, the biggest curse that happens to a housewife is pregnancy. Like they ruin their entire, like, think about like Eva from Atlanta. When she got pregnant, so boring. She just like lost everything. And it was like, fuck, I hate this. But Kristen really is just such a loose cannon. We can't lose that.
I don't know if we're going to lose her being a loose cannon. I'm genuinely terrified for that child.
Yes.
Genuinely terrified.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this. I'm scared. I'm really scared. And her husband or partner, whatever, is giving me serial killer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I agree with that. I think that he doesn't seem really invested in this. And so I feel sorry for the poor kid. Like, I really do.
Do you know that he is? So word on the street, I've got a little inside source over there, and he's rich. Like he is loaded.
Oh.
And the farm or the land that he has back home, it's a weed farm, but they can't say that on the show. So he actually has a shit ton of money, and that's why he's like, I don't want to leave that just to come here with you losers. But so that is always a fun part that's like kind of left out, especially when we're in Kristen's apartment and it's just like, you know, it feels like our old Vanderpump days.
Right.
But
she hasn't evolved.
And their valley issue, like on the valley, they were talking how Kristen was like, I'm not going to live where you live in the middle of nowhere. When she has that baby a year in, she'll be like, where are we going?
Yeah.
I'm leaving LA. This is not working. Yeah.
Is she officially on the valley? No. Right?
Yeah, they already finished filming.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's an official cast member of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I just love the idea of her, like, imagine her like in a tight bodycon dress with her belly showing and just like screaming at somebody, and like, you know how when like you're pregnant and like you're yelling or something, like your belly kind of moves up and down.
Yeah,
like just that, like her, I would love that.
Yeah, I want that. I want to see that, but then I'm scared again. You know.
What advice do you have for Kristen as a soon-to-be mother?
I would say leave LA.
Yeah.
I would say if you're doing it for real, then like you need to put yourself aside for a second and go on the weed farm. What if
it's just a content baby though? You know, it's
then I have no advice. That's not my territory. Then I like literally want to be like, I want to step away from this.
But if you think she should leave LA, don't you think you should leave LA?
I don't have a content baby.
Anna, which of your girls was your content baby?
Neither one.
My sister.
Neither one was a content baby. Beba was a beautiful mistake.
It was like Ralph Lauren model vibes, like beautiful porcelain doll. And then I came out like an ogre and then got a nose job and then got a little prettier. But my sister was like the model.
Okay, so she was the Gigi early seasons of Beverly Hills, and you were the Bella.
I was Bella before the nose job.
Gotcha. Okay.
Listen, I have one. It's not about pretty because Beba's gorgeous, but I have one daughter that thinks I walk on water, and the other one who thinks that I'm responsible for all the bad in her life.
Okay.
And it all has to do with being over-therapized by somebody that wants to take her money in Los Angeles, because I was and continue to be an excellent mother.
Let me be a devil's advocate here for a second. Is it possible that because you loved your other daughter so much and Beba was left out, that's why she has issues with you?
She couldn't possibly feel left out. She couldn't possibly, because no, you know what it is that Beba
has to take accountability for her actions. So watch this.
She's an ungrateful Nepo baby. Look at Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy takes it like she has such grace about her position. Beba has never appreciated everything that I've given her.
Oh my God.
Wow. We're really getting into it.
If I were a Nepo baby, I would be reaping the benefits of being a Nepo baby. There's like no Nepo baby thing happening. You're not famous enough for me to be a Nepo baby.
Oh my God.
Beba goes to a job interview and she's like, you know my mom, Anna Quincoces, former Real Housewife of Miami. They're like, no, sorry, we don't know who that is.
Actually, that's not true.
Now? No, then
that's not true. Admit that everywhere you go, everybody's terribly excited about you having been on Real Housewives.
Yeah, they go, your mom was on Housewives, and I go, yeah. And they go, I'm so sorry. No, thank you.
It's like, who was she? Which one? I don't remember her.
No, I'm so sorry.
Anna, I think we need to take a quick break from all of this, and we need to figure out. I need you to sit here, and I need you to look at Beba, and I need you to say, "This is the thing that I love most about you."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Ace!
Come on, just say you love most.
I love so many things about Beba.
I know.
And it can't be her child.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Listen, my number one favorite thing about Beba is Lola. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Can't say that.
I mean, first of all, she made like a perfect kid, and she's such a great mom. Like seriously, I can honestly tell you, I'm gonna start crying.
Oh wow.
Okay, really. Shh. this is what used to happen on Mommy Issues. We both would cry. She's a really good mom. She's so dedicated and so, I don't know. It's just, I wish that I had been more like that. She has so much fun with her. She's just such a happy kid. She's never frustrated. She's never. So yeah, I think that. And I think that she's really smart and really, she's a hard worker. And why are you doing this, Ace?
I didn't know it was going to go here, but I mean, it sounds kind of like she's the teacher from Matilda, and then you were the Trunchbull growing up. Is that like appropriate?
Eating the chocolate cake.
It's not funny. Okay, I want to just have fun, not talk serious shit.
Okay, let's. Anna, do you have any advice for Kristen?
Ask her the same question.
No, we have to
fine. We don't. We got to keep moving. Sorry, we got to keep moving with the show. We don't have time for all that stuff.
I hate you both.
Oh, all right. Let's move on. Guys, how are you, Beba? Let me ask you this: How are you feeling about Heather Gay?
People are having a lot of thoughts about her. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest.
Okay,
I don't watch Salt Lake City, but in preparation for this show, I watched the last episode. Okay. So there wasn't much Heather Gay happening, but like I started Salt Lake City. I watched 2 episodes and I was like, I'm out. I don't want to do this. Like, it just felt like Salt Lake City is such a show that they know that they're on camera and they're playing to the camera. And I hate that. What's
so funny is, I mean, that's how I feel about the New York. I feel like Salt Lake gives me vibes of like Real Housewives of Dallas, where it was like, we have nothing to fucking lose. So why not just be idiots on camera? Which
that's true.
But I think Heather Gay fucked everything up when she lost weight.
I think she's hangry. I think she really is hangry. You know, it's
like,
just
have a cheeseburger and stop making up shit. You know, she doesn't realize the things that she doesn't say have repercussions. And I don't know what happened to her because she was like a fan favorite. Oh, she really was.
I would have laid my life down for her.
Me too. I read her book. I've never read a housewife book in my life.
Well, speaking of her books, you know, Bad Mormon was her first one. Now she's got Good Time Girl coming out.
Oh, that's
and a story has leaked from her new book about, she says that Coach Shah, Jen Shah's husband, had tried to kiss Monica Garcia at some point, and Monica's denying the story. No one's really got eyes on Coach Shah anywhere. He's busy coaching, you know, he's got a life. But it's like, one, I want Jen Shah out of prison immediately. Like, I want her on and I want Monica back on. I want to, like, let's face this head on. Okay. Yeah. Or even honestly, like, we have Dateline people go into prison and interview these people. Can we get a couple confessionals from Jen Shah in prison?
I actually can't believe that we haven't done that, or at least gotten some phone call.
Yes.
With like the waveform on screen and the text on the bottom and reaction.
And a picture of her like in her orange jumpsuit.
Yeah.
But like in full glam.
Yes, full glam. Yes.
Full glam cinched at the waist with a Dolce & Gabbana belt.
Yeah.
You know?
I just feel like we never even got Teresa in jail or anything like that. Like, it was just like
so weird. How do we get that was the beginning? We get like serial killers in prison and we can't get Jen Shah or Teresa Giudice.
I know, but Teresa was like the first, and honestly, that was like a serious thing. Now, going in prison after being on Housewives is like old hat. Like it's a thing now. It's like, oh, you know, that she got famous and then whatever, and then she went to prison. I don't think I do believe that Coach Shah, is that his name, Shah too?
Well, we just call him Coach.
Okay, Coach. I think he did try to kiss Monica. I think that he's been terribly emasculated for so many years by Jen. It's like, I support you with my ill-begotten funds. You better like pretend you love me. And I think he wanted a little, you know, a little something. And who can blame him?
Every time we saw Coach with Jen, he was so loving and supportive and sweet. I don't believe it for 1 second.
Oh my God,
then don't forget, because I always thought Coach was just like heaven on earth. I thought he could do no wrong. I thought he walked on water. I thought he turned water into wine. I thought this man was so great. But then I do always go back to the fact that, like, he wasn't there when her dad died and like didn't go to the funeral. And I'm just like, but it's like, come on, like that's a big, like, could you imagine, you know, like your partner being like, yeah, sorry, I got a game, I can't make it.
I mean, that's tough. But listen, we're imperfect. We are imperfect people. And she was like, hey, that really fucked me up when you did that. And they had like a conversation, and it was really like, it was, I don't know. I was like, he heard her and now he's here to support her and stuff. Going to a funeral versus dealing with a grieving wife, that's going to be like, that takes a long time. Grief is forever, you know? And she's like, I hate that you weren't there, but also like, I need you right now. And he was like, I got you, girl.
I got you. I just got a couple of games I got to get to real quick. I got some coaching I got to get to. Could you imagine a world in which Erica Jane had gone to prison?
No.
That would have been. I mean, she is one we would have gotten a confessional from in prison.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she would have.
But
they would have given her like a cigarette, and she would just be sitting there, and she'd just be living her best fucking life. And she's like, listen, I got all these bitches whipped around me. I feel like she would start a gang.
Yeah, and then she'd come out gay. No. She'd be like, I don't know what I was doing before with these men.
That's another thing. It's like, it's not even cool to be heterosexual anymore.
I don't know if it was ever cool to be heterosexual.
It's not.
No one's actually straight. We know this, right?
Right. Everybody's a little gay.
We're all a little gay.
Everyone's a little gay. Everyone's got a lot something in them, you know? Yeah. Beba, if your mom was to go to prison, what would she go for, do you think?
I think it would be like murder, because she can really snap. And I think it would be like a crime of passion. Okay. You know? It'd be like the body was stabbed 70 times. Yeah. It wasn't like, oopsies, I ran over somebody. It'd be like, she did it on purpose. They deserved it somehow. And
do you think that like during the court proceedings, would she be one of those people who has an outburst during court where they have to like, you know, contain her and they have to like hold her back?
Get the bailiffs and take me out.
Yes. Yeah. Do you think that she would have that moment?
No, I actually don't think she would have that moment. Okay. I think it would be like she would do the thing, and then in court she'd be like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I didn't do this at all. And she would gaslight everybody that she didn't do it, and she would get out scot-free.
There you go. That's a gift. You can't teach that.
That's right. That's why we love her. I don't want to leave Salt Lake too quickly, because we had one of the I feel is the greatest moments of all time in Housewives history, and that is Mary Cosby and her son sitting down to talk about his drug addiction. And now there's a lot of people out there who are saying this shouldn't have happened on camera. Here's my thoughts. I felt like I'm so glad this conversation happened on camera, because it is something that like there's an opioid crisis going on in America. Like, people are dying left, right, and center. And there are so many people who watch these shows who don't like, they don't, the closest we ever got to this was Lori from OC and her son Josh, but like we never really even got into it then. And it's like, I feel like this was great and I loved it, but a lot of people are pushing back.
I'm shocked that people are pushing back. I think it's the most important conversation that's ever been televised, ever.
Yeah.
You're right. There are people who have really bad drug addictions. It was such a vulnerable, honest conversation between mother and son, where they both were just like really open. And I can't even imagine another mom that would be hearing her son say, I've been doing this for X amount of years. This is what I'm like. These are the drugs I'm taking, and having her just sit there and listen and say, I'm not judging you. I'm not whatever, like, and not saying I'm going to help you. I'm going to whatever. She's saying, take accountability. Like, do you recognize that this is a problem? Then change it. Like, putting it on him, which is like exactly what you should do as a mom. It's like, all you can do is protect your kid to a certain point. And then when they're older, it's like, you have to be able to like, have some sort of autonomy for yourself and be like, take care of yourself. And it was so beautiful. It was so powerful. I was sobbing all the time.
Listen, as a mother of somebody that suffers from substance abuse, I have to say that that he deserves to take a little, to escape from the real life every once in a while, because I mean, his mother married his step grandfather, and that'll fuck you up.
I think so. Yeah.
It
I
will.
think it has a lot to do with that for sure. I think he said he felt like a stain. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that especially with his mom being on TV and all this stuff coming out, I think it probably affected the hell out of him. And he was like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, I feel like a result of something bad or gross or that people think is weird. That's you. It's so fucked up. So I understand taking drugs. I do. I get it.
I think the part that I was like taken aback by with all of this was when you're watching it, I was somebody who self-harmed growing up. So like immediately I saw his arm and you could see that he had self-harmed quite a bit. And I was just like, this kid has like struggled, whatever like it may have been. I was just like, it's so weird because for so long, Mary, her son, her step granddaddy, like all of that, they felt like they were just like stepsister from Planet Weird. Like these were people who did not exist on Earth. And all of a sudden, it's like, I see these people as real human beings and they like have real lives. And I never thought if you told me season 1, like, oh, who is going to make the biggest impact on you and from this franchise, I never would have said Mary Cosby.
No, in fact, she's psycho.
Like, I actually, you guys are too young to understand, but I think that she is also the product of her upbringing. She's a pretty fucked up upbringing. And the fact that she is by far the most unpredictable housewife we've ever seen, ever. You never know what's going to come out of her mouth. Mm-hmm. And there's shocking things. There are such funny things, which she doesn't even intend as funny.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's a national treasure. I think she's amazing.
Agree. I love this woman.
But I do think that there's a lot of shit to work out there. And I think that if they lean into it, we're going to see a story arc that's going to be really interesting. And we need that. I think in Housewives, we need that raw honesty. I think we used to have that before. Like when we were on, we had some serious conversations that weren't.
Yeah, I do feel like we have really gotten away from more of like the serious situations. It's always about like the petty drama, which I appreciate, obviously. But like this was something that I was like, this is one of the greatest moments that Bravo has ever had. And
and I think we're going to see more of it. And by the way, you guys just glanced over me saying the mother of somebody with substance abuse, because
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I am the mother of somebody that suffers from substance abuse.
You are the mother of somebody that suffers from substance abuse.
Just admit it.
Me? I have substance abuse?
Ace is so confused.
I was like, well, I thought you said it, and I was like, hold on a second. You said your other daughter was perfect angel, and then I was like, Beba didn't.
My other daughter has never even seen pot. Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I smoke weed, but that's not substance abuse.
So do I.
That's weed.
Anna, you need to get with
Ace
the times.
Has never had a drink, huh?
You need to get with the times, okay? She's just smoking a little weed here and there.
I smoke a little weed. I've smoked a little weed with her.
Oh,
true.
Is that when you guys like get along the best? Or does it turn out like she gets emotional?
No.
I get emotional, but she gets emotional too sometimes.
All the time. No, my mom just like LOLs when she's high.
Okay, well that's good. That's a good time. Thank God.
I am a good time.
Anna, this next story, I actually picked it for you because I felt like it was for your demographic. Netflix is really having a horny holidays. They've got these new movies coming out. One is like basically called like Fuck Me Frosty. And the other one is like Horny for the Holidays. I don't even remember what they were titled, but women are saying, finally, we are getting what we want. We don't just want romance in our Christmas movies. We also want to leave wet. And so I'm wondering, Anna, like, is this how you have felt? Do you feel like, Hallmark Channel has withheld you being able to masturbate while watching a nice Christmas movie?
Listen. Yeah. Nothing makes me want to rub one off like, people sitting in front of a fire with hot cocoa. Yeah. But I can tell you that women, in particular, women of a certain age, that we have a lot of pressure during the holidays. You know, we have this pressure of living up to certain expectations of everything being perfect and fa la la and all that. And so the last thing we want to do,
usually expectations put on by yourself, just to point out.
Course,
but okay, yes.
You know, you're starting to sound like Beba. Yes. But then who suffers? Like your significant other, because they don't get any. Because you put that on the back burner. It's like, oh, I can't.
Not now.
Today.
My favorite thing about like
in the oven,
you know, Anna, it's like you're like, I want to have the perfect fucking holidays, and then your kids are like,
right,
well,
exactly.
Maybe don't fucking scream at us, you know, like that would be
right,
awesome.
Exactly. We're gonna do this and this, and then we're gonna.
Are you my brother?
Yes.
Then we're gonna bake cookies, and we're gonna go caroling, and God damn it, you're gonna have a good time.
Exactly.
That's
and then we're
it.
all just like, God, you really ruined the holidays.
No,
Mom.
let me tell you a
like,
little funny story.
Christmas. It's like because I want to.
One day during the holidays, Beba's father, we were getting ready to like go to some party. We had or people were at the house, and we were roasting the pig, the whole big Cuban party.
Oh wow.
And he just at that moment wanted, you know, a little action.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he wanted just like a quickie. So like a
before
quickie, like
people arrived or
like
people
a
were
blow
over.
job, like a BJ.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. And
thinking about that,
it was like
so cool.
It was at the time when I was still like, okay, fine. And so I remember going like this. Like I'll never forget. I went like this, and I went, babe, don't look. And I went to go whatever, and I looked at him and I go, make it fast. Think about somebody else if you have to. And yeah.
What a beautiful moment. Thank you
told
for
him, use the highlight reel. Use the highlight reel, but make this efficient.
Why don't you just get your phone out, get up your Pornhub, and I'll just suck your dick while you watch.
Exactly. Okay. And so I think that Hallmark is taking us back to a time when, you know, getting us in the mood.
Yeah.
Kind of. You know what I mean? So, Mr. Fuck Me Frosty, I'm all for it.
Okay.
Thank you.
If your Frosty the Snowman turns into some hot Frosty, you're going to let him go to town on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Beba, you are not into fucking Frosty?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll fuck up a gingerbread cookie.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I always think like if it was going to put me on the good list for my entire life, I would totally blow Santa. You know, like
you would. You'd blow Santa even if it didn't.
Well, honestly, just for the story, I would. If I could come on the podcast and tell people like, hey, I blew Santa, you're not going to believe it. And he shot candy cane flavored cum. Like that would be a wild story.
Guys, it's too early for this. Okay? I haven't even had breakfast yet. I feel sick.
Okay, Beba, sorry about that. So I'm going to clean it up for you. So you come home for the holidays, you surprise your mom, you walk in, you find her just full coochie out on the couch, rubbing one out to hot
Are
Frosty.
You crazy, Ace? What's going on? Is this some like social experiment?
Oh, I love this making Beba uncomfortable.
Do you just cancel Christmas at that point?
Yeah, I go to a hotel. I say, I'm good here. I'm all set. Thank you.
Oh my God. Really quickly, I just want to know, what are your thoughts on Ariana Madix singing at the Macy's Day Parade?
I thought she sounded great. I didn't even know it was her until I was like doing stuff in the kitchen, and then I looked at the TV. I'm like, is that Ariana?
Yeah.
And then I told my husband, I was like, that breakup is the greatest thing that has ever happened in her life. And it's beyond like getting every commercial of every product that has ever existed. It's the fact that she's actually doing her dream. Like she always wanted to do this.
Yeah.
And this was the thing that catapulted her into doing it. I'm just like so happy for her.
And she got rid of a piece of shit boyfriend that like even on his best day still sucked.
By the way, the funny thing about this whole thing is that she got to reap all these rewards when she didn't even really care. She wasn't that into him.
No.
She didn't even care.
She was just content. She was just like, I'm happy to be here, and that's it. Like
she was lazy, I feel like.
Yes,
lazy. Yeah, she didn't care.
She
I just wonder.
I was in shock that during the Olympics, like we didn't have Ariana carrying the torch as like the final part. Like she's been everywhere. She's gotten every opportunity. That's too
honestly,
much.
I think it's too much. And I think, you know what? What about if the Macy's Day Parade was Sheena's thing too?
Oh, you're so right, Anna. I think that was Sheena's dream. And she's always, she wanted to sing Good as Gold on the Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah, man. She's stealing everything from Sheena.
No, because it's a space open for everybody. Just because Ariana has it doesn't mean Sheena can't have it. Okay. I think it's also like Sheena sometimes is very controlling, wants to control every aspect of every opportunity. And sometimes that backfires. Yeah. If things are meant for you, they will come to you, but you have to like let go of your tight ass grip, Sheena. Just relax.
I feel like people in the industry are like, don't work with her. Like, you don't want to work with Sheena. Like, she's awful.
I feel that too. I feel that too. Which I don't know why. She does seem like very sweet and nice and like, I don't know, kind. But there is something that I feel like people are like, we're all set. Thank you.
Because Sheena's somebody who like plans out when she's going to relax. She's like, I'm going to relax at 3 o'clock for 12 minutes. And then I'm got to get up and do this. It's like, just relax a little. Like, stop being so fucking in our face so much.
Yeah.
Beba, I want to get your opinion on this first before we go to your canceled mother's viewpoint. Shawn Mendes has come out. Now, everyone's been saying for years that Shawn Mendes is gay. There's a lot of speculation. And he finally came out and he was like, you know what? If you want to know about my sexuality, I'm still figuring it out. That's what he said. He's like, just like everyone else, I'm still figuring it out. I don't know if I want to suck or lick or flick or what, you know, but he's figuring it out. Do you feel like, you know, back in the day, if you came out gay, your career was done? You know, it was like, sorry, that fucking sucks.
If you don't come out gay, your career is done now.
Now, yeah, you know, it's like, look at JoJo Siwa. I want to be JoJo Siwa.
Thank you. Thank you for proving my point.
Did you see recently, they asked JoJo Siwa, like, some lady on the red carpet was like, what's your favorite bean? And she was like, the one I ate last night, or like, she's disgusting.
He's also like 14 to me forever.
Oh, so forever.
Like, talking about
not even 14. She's like 12.
Yeah.
She's
a child.
It's me, JoJo.
But I
last night.
How are you feeling about Shawn Mendes, this moment in history? You know, and it's so funny that this moment comes out as we're having the whole like Sabrina Carpenter, Camila Cabello situation going on, where they're like, I fucked him and then I fucked him and then you had to taste what my pussy tasted like on him. You know, like I'm just like, well, but also, I mean, you may have tasted some other things too.
Yeah, totally.
You know, a little mudslide.
I think it's devastating for the straight community because he's so hot.
Yeah.
So beautiful. So talented, so tall, so ripped, so toned, so tan.
Do you want a private moment?
He's just so beautiful. So
he is, but also like, don't you imagine conversations with him are exhausting?
No, because it's so up my alley. He's
God.
He's like me. He's like he's like in touch with what's going on inside of him to a point that's like extreme. And I'm like, yes.
Oh God.
See, he's like talk about it, and then we'll sit across from each other, and then we'll journal together. And then
no! Oh God, I'm out. No, I think he is great to look at. If he had a sex tape leak, I would absolutely watch it. But it's like but if you're having sex with him, I imagine that he's like, okay, let's close our eyes for a minute. And just like, let's be here in this moment and just, you know, like
breath together in.
Yes. Right. Do you feel that like that moment right there? Let's meditate on that for a minute. It's like, oh my God, can I just nut already or not? God damn it.
Yeah.
He's king of edging, I bet. He's king of edging.
Yeah.
Edging? What is edging?
Oh. It's when you hold it, like when you feel like you're about to get off.
You start going and then you're like, I'm gonna pull back for a minute.
Yeah.
I can't edge to save my life. It's just like, sorry.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know, I don't know you very well, but you look like somebody who just goes really fast.
Yeah.
Like, goes for it.
Yeah. Ace premature ejaculator.
For sure.
Like a lot of kids.
I have 2, you know, but only one is made by us. The other one was made by other people, so it's different.
They're
you know.
So cute.
Okay, so Anna, how are you feeling about this?
Look, I think that
Are you somebody who wants everyone to be either straight or gay and there's no in between?
Yes.
Okay.
Beba, I'm sorry. What am I gonna lie?
No, I
like take a side.
I love the honesty.
I'm totally comfortable with whatever you want to be, but I'm so confused. Do you know what I mean? I'm so confused. The pronouns are really confusing to me. Because I have because I do have a command of the English language, even though it is my second language. They is more than one person. And so it's very confusing. And I try really hard.
You're so wrong.
You're so
I know. I understand, guys. I do understand, but there has to be someone
something to like participate in it. You know what I mean?
But also, if you can't comprehend that they being singular, then just use the person's name.
Yeah, totally.
You know, instead of saying like, you know, if you're talking about Beba, instead of saying like, you know, she loves that, you just say, you know, Beba loves that.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, I know I'm out of it, but I'm trying to be with it, and I'm trying to learn.
Anna, did you ever have a sexual experimental phase in your life?
No.
Of course not.
Okay, so you, like in college, you never went down on anybody, never let anyone go down on you?
No.
Wow.
I didn't. And Beba, do not answer the same question because I don't want to know.
Ace, did you?
No, here's the thing. I'm super fucking boring, and me and my wife have just been together since we were like 14. So like we never did anything cool like that. But it's I mean, I feel like everyone nowadays, it's like you go to college. Also, I went to college, but I went to community school and lived at home. I didn't have the cool like college experience. I feel like nowadays, like the intro to college is like, let's try some shit out.
I think that's 80% of college, and then 20% is like go to class.
Yeah, and not really learn much, but
but go to class.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't want Beba to answer that question, but
Beba,
I will say,
did you have a sexually experimental phase?
La 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 la.
Like, why is that so gross or weird to hear about? Like, that's a problem that you're having that reaction, and you need to look inward.
Look inward, Anna.
Shawn Mendes.
I am from a different generation, but I'll tell you one thing. I do
think about. So what?
I'm trying. I'm trying.
That's not a valid reason to say I'm stuck in my ways. You are able to evolve to be accepting of other things. I think
I am
people
accepting.
Like harp on. I'm from this generation, so blank. It's like
I don't do that. No, I don't do that.
Let me share a story with you. This is a story that is one of my favorites. My wife's grandma was the biggest Christian woman. Like, I think that she literally
I'm being compared to Caitlin's grandmother. This is how old I've gotten.
Yes. I think that when Grandma Sue got to heaven, Jesus was like, finally the good ones here. Like, that's how I feel about Grandma Sue. Okay. And, you know, she grew up in a different time, and even she loved I Am Jazz. Like, she was so for that. And do you know who Jazz is?
No.
Oh, she had a show on TLC. A very young trans girl, and she like had a reality show and stuff, and like Grandma Sue loved learning about jazz and transgenders and stuff. And so if Grandma Sue can do it, Anna, so can you.
But I'm okay with trans. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Well, apply it to anything.
She doesn't like lesbians.
Oh
no, lesbians. No,
why she doesn't like that.
I have lesbian friends, but I don't love. Like, if I have to watch two men together, it's more comfortable to watch than two women together. But I think that is a gender thing. I think it has to do with.
You would rather watch gay porn than lesbian porn?
Yes.
Do you watch gay porn?
No, but I would rather watch it. Like in a movie, let's say, like, look, Ken, for example, it's like if two men are making out, he's like, oh, God, I can't. You know, but he's really old. So I don't mind that.
I'm going to throw this back on you for a minute here. Is it possible that it's so uncomfortable because we're turned on?
Oh,
you know, he's like,
By the way, 1000%. That's half of the people that are like, oh, no, I can't. It's because there's something in you that's like, that's kind of hot.
You're like, whoa, why is my penis starting to get a little hard watching these go? I'm watching a wrestling competition and now I've got a Woody.
No, can I tell you something? I was just thinking about this yesterday when I couldn't get to sleep and it was 3:00 in the morning. I don't know why this came into my mind, but I was thinking that I really haven't been with many men. I really haven't, you know? And then now the life's over and I've been like pretty soon, like I'm going to drop dead. And I've been with like, I don't know, 5 or 6 guys in my entire life, maybe 5. That's not a lot.
Go out there and ride some baloney pony.
Right. I remember when I was friends with Marisol, that she was just like so open about that. Like I remember one day she was like, oh, I'm going to go to the W to meet the guy from Shaw's and give him a blowjob.
Oh,
like, no, like
time.
This actually happened. And I was like, at first I was shocked back then. And now I'm like, I should have been more free.
You should have.
Yeah. I should have been more like, because now it's too late.
Yeah.
I'm in a committed relationship. I'm not going to do that.
Well, what's a committed relationship these days,
But I got to say, it doesn't really appeal to me at all.
Oh, you're not horny? Have you had your hormones
I mean, now
checked?
I am because of Hallmark. Thank you, Hallmark. And Beyonce.
It's actually Netflix. Hallmark is not doing the sexy stuff yet.
Netflix bought Hallmark.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a little...
Well, Beba, I'm so glad that you could come on and be our final guest of the show now that it's canceled due to your mother. Good God. It's, you know what? It is what it is. It was a good run, but
you guys did a good job.
I appreciate everyone who listened to a couple of our episodes before it got canceled.
Guys,
our producer's probably going to have a meeting with us later today and just say, you know what? Let's cut our ties.
Listen, yeah. I want our listeners, our loyal listeners, all 3 of them, to comment and let us know if they really kind of understand where I'm coming from, because I am trying.
Where you're coming from. I don't know if you know who the president is and who everybody voted for. Everyone agrees with you, unfortunately. So you're all set. You're all set.
I'm not even good. We don't discuss politics on this
show.
I know
you don't. It had to be.
We do
said.
not.
We
do not. I think that I am trying to kind of be with it because I'm a mom of millennials. I have a millennial co-host and I have grandchildren. And so I don't want to be that person that's like all, stuck in her ways and stuff. I want to grow and learn. But yes, there are things that are a little foreign to me, and that's okay, right?
It is okay.
But foreign doesn't always mean bad. You gotta.
It doesn't mean that. No,
let's give you a homework assignment. Okay, this week, find a woman, get on an app, eat her out, and just come back and report and just say, you know what? Actually, I've been missing out. I love Arby's. I love me some roast beef. Okay.
Oh my God, you're gross.
Okay, but it's honestly, I mean, once you try it, you might change your mind. So
yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Beba, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Beba, BEBA_Rod.
Oh, Rod for
the rod.
Yeah, your
Beba,
mom likes a rod.
When are you going to start exploiting my granddaughter on Instagram, because she loves it?
What do you mean exploiting? I put her up on the gram. I put Lola up.
Have you seen her?
How she looks gorgeous.
At the camera and stuff. Are you going to do that, Ace, with your kids?
Oh, my kids are already signed up for, like, we got the next JonBenet Ramsey here. Like, they're in the pageants. We got it all going. Toddlers and Tiaras has contacted us, and we're going to be on the next season.
Good.
I can see
Beba, where do we find your podcast?
It's a whole song and dance to find the podcast. So I'm just telling people to follow me, and I post updates. But this podcast is called Sound Advice. You can search it on YouTube, and it should pop up.
It's on what's media? What's it called?
I found it pretty quickly. So
you did? Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's on YouTube and it's on Spotify and all that stuff. But watch it on YouTube because it's a whole freaking show. We have like.
But what's the name of that company you work with? I forgot. Reality
React.
Reality React.
If you ever want to be on React Media, Beba can hook you up. Okay, she'll put anybody on except me.
For Hurrdat listening, I love Hurrdat, and I'm loyal to Hurrdat Media.
No, I'm talking about if you want to like react to something on the show.
No, listen.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
You got to be funny and young.
Thank you, Beba, for being here. Thank you, Anna, for getting us canceled. It was a fun run while we could. Thank you, Pat, who's probably going to have to edit this entire episode down.
Guys, I didn't say anything bad.
And, well, so you think. And thank you to the listeners who made it this far in the episode and didn't turn it off yet. So, and, of course, as always, thank you, Beyonce.
Thank you, Beyonce. And 5 stars, whether you like it or not, just please.
5-star show.
This show will be archived soon, so don't worry about it. Thank you.
Wrong.
Court is officially adjourned.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you, Beba.